A homeless man stood at the entrance of a packed church. His clothes were torn. His shoes barely held together. Dust covered his face. As he stepped forward, an usher blocked him. "Sorry, you can't come in like that." People nearby turned and stared. Some whispered, others laughed quietly. "This is not a shelter," someone muttered. The man lowered his head and slowly turned to leave. Then, a young usher, barely in her 20s, rushed forward. "Wait." Everyone looked at her. She walked up to him, ignoring the stares. "It's okay, sir. You can come in." The first usher frowned, but look at him. She cut him off gently. "This is God's house, not ours." Silence. The homeless man looked at her, eyes filled with disbelief. "You want me inside?" She smiled softly. "Yes, please." She walked him into the church. Whispers spread like wildfire. People shifted in their seats. Some covered their noses. Others shook their heads. The young usher guided him to a seat, right in the middle, not the back, the middle. The service began. Worship filled the room, but tension still lingered. People kept glancing at him, judging, questioning. Then the pastor stepped up to preach. The message was about love, grace, and acceptance. The irony was heavy in the room. Midway through the sermon, a chair creaked. The homeless man stood up. The entire church turned instantly. The room went silent. The pastor paused. The ushers looked nervous. "Sir, please sit down," one whispered. But the young usher shook her head. "Let him speak." The man stepped into the aisle. His hands trembled. His voice cracked. "I'm sorry. I don't want to disrupt." No one moved. No one spoke. "I just need to say something." He took a deep breath. 35 years ago, the room leaned in. I stood on this exact ground. People exchanged confused looks. There was nothing here, just empty land, dust, and a dream. The pastor's face changed. "I worked day and night with my own hands." Flashbacks filled his voice. "I carried bricks, mixed cement, prayed over every wall. The room grew still. I didn't have much, but I gave everything." Tears formed in his eyes. This church was built from sacrifice, from faith. The pastor slowly stepped forward. His eyes widened. The man looked around the room. "At some point, I lost everything. My family, my home, my dignity." His voice broke, "But I never lost my faith." Silence. Deep, heavy silence. Then he whispered, "I built this church." A gasp swept through the entire room. Someone dropped their Bible. The pastor's hands began to shake. "No, it can't be." He stepped closer. "Are you Samuel?" The man nodded slowly. Tears rolled down the pastor's face. "This is the man who laid the foundation of this church." The congregation froze. Shock turned into shame. The same people who rejected him were now staring in disbelief. The pastor fell to his knees. "Forgive us." Tears broke out across the room. The young usher covered her mouth, crying. The homeless man looked around, not with anger, but with peace. "I'm not here for revenge," he said softly. "I just wanted to worship in the house I helped build." The entire church stood. People began to cry openly. One by one, they walked toward him, apologizing, weeping. The pastor helped him to the front. This time, no one stopped him. No one judged him. And for the first time that day, he didn't sit in the back. He stood at the altar where he belonged. The young usher stepped beside him, smiling through tears. And in that moment, the church finally understood. God doesn't look at appearance. He looks at the heart. Drop a heart if you believe no one is forgotten in God's house.